All over.
Could be run out. Oh, that's it.
Oh no!
Oh!
Hey, look at that! Have you ever seen anything like that?
And here comes Hurt. He's got some people on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.
Hello and welcome to This Is It's All Over. David Gower is away commentating on the cricket in South Africa this week. We were hoping to have Steve Davis instead, but he said he wouldn't be able to make it if he got past the first round of the UK Championship in Bournemouth. So please welcome Steve Davis. With Steve and Jonathan is a comedian who started out selling poems for 10p each, then moved on to singing in bars for 50p a time. Tonight, though, he brings his career earnings to £2.73. Arthur Smith. With Gary and Rory is Britain's World Championship silver medalist at the 10,000 metres, who says she drinks 12 litres of water before every race. It's not dehydration, it's motivation. The nearest toilet's at the finish line. Paula Radcliffe. We start the show with our goal celebrations round. Gary, Rory and Paula, it's Premiership action for you. We take you back to October when Chelsea took on a previously unbeaten Manchester United and stuck 5 past them.
Graham Rousseau, simple pass between two. Look at the space here for Jody Morris, who hits it straight through Massimo Taibbi. It's 5-0.
Well, they scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
Do you think something to do with
Got a trombone thing. Is there a song? Is there a song with?
Yeah, 76 trombones, Gary. You're only 71 out.
May I take advantage of the silence that Gary's so cleverly created there? Just point out, was he possibly playing the national anthem? Because he's like the only English player left at Chelsea. No.
He's doing something which I've seen before, I think in one of your videos, actually, Jonathan.
I've asked you for German trombone boys back on several occasions.
Did he promise someone he'd do it?
Yes. Yeah.
Just like a friend or someone that he'd met?
Very good. I'll give you 3 points for that. Yes, indeed. Well done, Paula. Very good. Here is Jody Morris with the explanation.
Well, basically, I was on holiday in Cyprus in the summer with a few of the boys and that, and my mate Spoonie, who's a DJ, was playing out there, and he used to do it every time a song came on or whatever, and he said to the boys, I want to see the trumpet when you get back, if any of you score.
He's in the Fast Show as well. It's brilliant! It's brilliant!
Yeah, so Jody Morris promised he'd give a blast on his trumpet the next time he scored. Obviously a little trumpet-trombone confusion there, but coming from Chelsea, I suppose English isn't his strong point. Jody Morris doesn't play in every match because of Chelsea boss Gianluca Vialli's famous rotation system. A third of the time he's got Jody Morris out on the field, the second third it's Dennis Wise, and the other third he plants wheat and winter barley. Jody Morris began his Chelsea career as the boy who cleaned Dennis Wise's boots. Scraping the mud off was easy, but it was a bugger getting the cabbie's teeth out of the toe caps. So before we go any further, it's going to be now, Jonathan. I think we've got him. Do you recognise this, Gary, at all? This is your mobile phone, isn't it?
Gary's mobile phone.
It is.
I've put him in my memory under big ears, and I'm just I'm not...
Listen to this. How sad is that? Yeah, turn it off.
You know what? Now I've got the number, I'm going to call you up at 4 in the morning and pretend I'm Vinnie Jones.
At least I get phone calls.
Yeah, but 0800 numbers don't count.
Oh, they call you, do they?
Yeah, you've got such a big account.
Yeah, well, you've got to pick up some money anywhere. Right, Steve, Jonathan and Arthur, it's First Division action for you. Here is Wolves' Adi Akinbayi sticking one in at Barnsley.
And this is Taylor, and Akinbayi pulls away and completes a really nice move. Wolves lead by 2-0. And Akinbayi clearly an all-round sportsman.
So Steve's team, what did all that mean?
Well, he's obviously very excited there. I mean, like, probably he may have got a bit overexcited, got a semi on, something like that, and all of a sudden, obviously with the with the celebrations to follow.
Sorry, Steve, what would you know about having a semi on?
Is that what happens to you, Steve, when you pot a black?
A semi?
A semi on.
Do you have to nominate which hole you're going to go for?
Maybe he wasn't actually doing a celebration. What had happened, there was a little bit of Velcro thrown onto the pitch by one of the fans, and he just got stuck. Off the pitch like that.
That's the closest so far.
No, well, tragic. Black athletes traditionally don't do terribly well at swimming.
Right.
And there's your answer.
Perhaps he was being ribbed about this swimming by his teammates. And perhaps somewhere along the line he said, if I score a goal, I'll swim from here to there in wherever he lives. You know, something.
Or perhaps not.
I'm not boring, am I?
Maybe.
Now, I'm going to give you the 3 points because Steve was right on the swimming and the teammates taking the mickey out of him. It is because his Wolves teammate Steve Sedgley had accused Adi Akinbaye of being unable to swim. Here is Adi.
Steve said just thought I couldn't swim, so he put me a couple of handbands and a swimming hat, which was a pink one. And I thought when I scored a goal, I'm going to do the swimming, at least on grass anyway. But I know I can swim because I got the bronze medal to prove it.
In fact, that bronze swimming medal has pride of place in the Wolves trophy cabinet. Wolves' record defeat was against Man United in 1892 when they lost 10-1, although it was 1-1 when the 90 minutes were up. Well, at the end of that round, Steve's team have 3 points and Gary's team have 3 points.
Well done.
Time now for our second round, and if you've forgotten what that is, Steve, it's the round that happens when you're waiting for the bus home. This week it's our sporting bluff round where the teams try to work out which of the other team is telling the truth and which is telling porky pies. Steve's team, your subject is sitting opposite you. It's Paula here.
And it's a very, very fast race. In these conditions, well, it's a marvel. They're going so quickly. Sheer guts. Warmy wins. Radcliffe second. A superb run. A superb run, that.
That was absolutely brilliant piece of distance running.
Now, for years, Paula had to compete in severe pain from her foot until one day she found a miracle cure. But what was it that healed her, Gary's team?
Was my foot cured by an African witch doctor?
Paula's foot was cured by having a chicken's brain implanted in it.
Paula's foot was cured by hypnotism.
So, Steve's team, was Paula's foot healed by a witch doctor, a chicken's brain, or by hypnosis?
I think maybe, you know, the chicken thing is plausible, though, in a way, because, you know, that for preparation H is shark's liver oil. I mean, if you've ever shoved a shark's liver up your arse, then you may well have considered chicken's brains.
If we got a fox in the room and Paula started running, we'd know.
You see, I told you, he's not at all dull. He really isn't. Hypnotism. If I hypnotise you, let's see if you feel any better, okay?
Right, so you're going to hypnotise
Look at my pen. Steve, not you, mate. You're bad enough already. You try and stay with us.
I am going into a trance. I love you, Jonathan.
I'm going to pretend I'm not with you anymore. There's a chicken.
Oh, my foot, it's so much better.
May I ask you a question relevant to this, which is completely... Do female athletes shave, like swimmers shave?
Yeah, it makes you run faster.
It does make you run faster, he's
Well,
swimming.
cyclists do it, don't they? And the swimmers do it.
And would you happen to have any Polaroids of that, just to substantiate this and to help me come to the correct answer?
But looking at that film, you do realise it's true what they say about television, isn't it? It was nice to see winning the silver medal, but it does put pounds on you, doesn't it? Actually, in real life, Paula's actually quite slim. Look at that film, what a porker. Dear.
I must admit, from seeing that film, it wasn't so much Paula who was knackered as David Coleman. He was. I thought he was about to peg out himself.
No, if it was Dwayne...
He was emotionally moved by the performance.
Well, it was a performance. I didn't see any acting or mime going on.
You only saw the last lap.
Did you lapped them? You lapped
what happened in the other match? Something very similar.
It was better acting than you're being hypnotised, actually.
Well, as you know, I'm classically trained.
It did actually cause a bit of confusion because the people in 6th, 7th and 8th or 8th, 9th and 10th got lapped and got confused and stopped and thought they'd come 4th, 5th and 6th and all got disqualified.
So hold on, you were saying that some of the athletes thought they'd finished when they hadn't. It's a pretty basic thing to remember how many times you have to go around the track.
Well, not if you're running 25 laps, though.
Have you ever been lapped in a race?
I've been lapped indoors, but it's only half a track, so don't know if it counts.
Lapped indoors?
Just leave it! Leave it! For God's sake, we all heard it!
Oh, I'm looking forward to the green room tonight. It's a brain of a chicken. If you had the brain of a chicken in front of you, you would probably do something daft like marry Posh Spice or something, wouldn't you? So I don't think you can do that. What do you think, team captain? Right, when I first came in, I didn't think Gower was gone. I thought he'd just gone crazy with the henna at the weekend.
It's chicken brains.
You think it's the chicken brains?
Yeah, because... yes, it is.
That's what Gary said. Let's see if you're right. Yes! Indeed, 3 points. Gary had it right. Paula's foot injury was cured by injecting cells from a chicken's brain. Paula says that the chicken injections have completely cleared up her injury and there's now no pain at all in her left drumstick. Paula here did Britain proud in Seville this summer when she won the silver medal in the women's 10,000 metres, narrowly losing out to Jeffrey Archer, or so he claims. Paula once had to give a urine sample in front of Sue Barker, although Question of Sport dropped that round in the edit. Now, Gary's team, your bluff concerns the addict's addict, Aston Villa's Paul Merson, seen here in action against Newcastle in the days before he was demoted to the reserves.
Joe Chim. Here's Merson! That's a gem.
Paul Merson recently spent the night in the arms of Alex Ferguson.
No, he didn't. He spent the night in the arms of Jody Morris.
Oh, no, he didn't. He spent the night in the arms of Ali McCoist.
Don't argue.
So, did Paul Merson spend a night entwined with Alex Ferguson, Jody Morris or Ali McCoist, Gary's team?
Was he blowing Jody's trumpet?
Come on here and lower the tone of this family show.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I once spent a night in the arms of Alex Ferguson, but I hasten to add it was a girl called Alexandra Ferguson. It was quite similar. There was lots of moaning, and she complained that I finished 5 minutes early. Have you ever done a marathon?
No.
Paula? I have.
Yes. No, I haven't. He's the only one on this team who's done a marathon. You wouldn't think that, would you?
Why not?
If you're a fat git.
Very good.
How long did it take you?
I did the 1986...
You're still running it?
1986.
Rory, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you shave before doing the marathon?
Yeah. But all grown back by the time I finished.
May I say on the subject, just for you, Nick?
Yes.
I once entered the marathon.
Yeah?
Chocolate and peanuts all over me knob.
Thank you.
And we retire to the bar.
For younger viewers, marathon is now called Snickers.
Yes. Come on, then.
I think it could be like your joke. Jody Morris isn't like a girl or something.
Who said Jody Morris?
I did, but sadly...
Let's see.
We don't know... Yes, we do. Yes. We know now, yes.
Yeah, Steve was the truthful one. Paul Merson admits he recently spent the night with Jody Morris, not the Chelsea player, but a lady referred to in The Sun as a busty 23-year-old PR girl. Jody Morris told The Sun that they romped in bed for an hour and a half, although under the rotation system, she was replaced after 45 minutes by Dennis Wise. A few years ago, Paul Merson enrolled with Alcoholics Anonymous and took the pledge, followed by a swig of Harpic and a line of Ariel. And at the end of that round, Steve's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 6 points. We press on with our excuses round, where we lay bare the often inventive reasons some sportsmen give to justify their woeful displays. Gary's team, it's golf's finest fruitcake for you, Jesper Parnevik. Earlier this year at the Loch Lomond International, Sweden's top golfer missed this simple 2-foot putt that a crazy golfer would have found easy.
Oh, dear, dear. He's always a little bit eccentric, but what on earth's that he's got up his nose?
But in time-honoured fashion, there was a good reason. So, Gary's team, what exactly was his excuse?
He's got cotton wool up his nose.
Yep.
Now, I thought someone had chopped his tusks off to make chess pieces. Sorry, cotton wool in it.
What's your handicap, Gary?
5, Arthur.
You were supposed to say something amusing like, I'm shit at golf.
But that would be very predictable.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that, Gary. I think, just before he takes that putt, he glimpses out of the corner of his eye, projected on a huge Jumbotron screen, footage of his wife having threesome sex with Tinky Winky and Dipsy.
Captain Pugwash, Noggin the Nog, Timmy Mallet. I'm just saying names now for no reason. Whatever happened to Timmy Mallet?
He, I don't know.
He turned down Phil 99, didn't he?
he was too smart.
Come on, answers.
We haven't got a...
Do you know the answer? Why couldn't you say that at the beginning?
I think it was hay fever. He came to us with he had really bad hay fever. That's why the cotton went up his nose and his eyes were running. No, it wasn't hay fever. I was just testing you. It was actually he had a nosebleed.
I can't believe I wanted it to go quicker and I've handed it across to Jonathan. Neither of you know. Neither team knows. All right. In fact, the tissues up the nose were irrelevant. The real explanation for Parnevic's poor form is all to do with mathematics. He was trying to work out, as you do, what the difference would be between a length of rope slung around the Earth's surface and a length of rope slung on stakes 3 feet above the Earth's surface. Jesper thought they'd be less than 20 feet different, while his caddy thought the answer would be nearer 10,000 feet. And as it turns out, Jesper was right. The difference would be slightly under 19 feet. There was actually a delay between the 4th and 5th holes while Parnevic asked if he could phone a friend. So, Steve's team, your excuse concerns Northern Ireland's most famous dribbler, George Best. Here he is, scoring one of the goals that clinched the 1968 European Cup final for Manchester United. But although he was guest of honour when United won back the trophy in Barcelona last season, Bestie actually left early and missed the 2 late goals which won the cup. What was his excuse, Steve's team?
Gary, when you look at that, what do you think? Do you think, wouldn't it have been great to be a great footballer? I mean, it's inspiring, isn't it?
I think maybe the reason that he left the game early, because he videoed it, didn't want to know the result.
Did he have a...
Jonathan. You don't want to know, do you?
It's sort of like you watching Barry Norman.
It's exactly like me watching Barry.
You know that this new invention that they're bringing loads of things in,
what,
right?
The car?
I actually made a mistake before the show, seriously, going to Steve and saying, Steve, what's the history of snooker? And everyone else ran out the room screaming.
Go on, Steve.
No, I'm not telling you.
No, go on.
Go on, Steve.
Go on, it'll be a winner. It'll be a winner.
No, it's not going to be, and you know it's not.
We want him to say it, don't we, boys and girls?
You know that invention they've got, right?
Oh, yeah, the ladder.
Right, OK, I think it's to do with after dinner speech. I think he must have had to go to an after dinner speech, after dinner slur, something like that. After dinner speech afterwards.
No, I think it was that he thought they'd lost and he decided he couldn't bother hanging around anymore. And he had, like, Miss Uruguay or Paraguay or Bosnia or Romania or...
Yeah, all right, you know some countries, yeah.
Yeah.
Not those girls are split up now.
Bratislava.
They've all split up. They're a lot more different. Yeah.
Bratislava's
a city.
Yeah, well, she was a smaller girl.
No, the answer is that he was trying to avoid the attention of autograph hunters. According to George Best's spokesperson, Phil Hughes, we had to get George out early because there are about 6,000 supporters there trying to get his autograph. So George left 5 minutes before the end and missed all United's goals. He was doubly unlucky because last week he went to the first day of the first test against South Africa. He arrived 5 minutes after the start and missed all of England's innings. One fan waited 3 hours after the European Cup final for David Beckham's autograph. Half an hour waiting to see him, and then 2.5 hours while Beckham tried to remember which way round the D goes. So at the end of that round, Steve's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 6 points.
Yeah.
It's time to get a little bit physical now as we play Field of Sportsmen. Gary and Rory, you're up first this week. Blindfolds on. And can we have our first mystery guest, please? Okay. You can start your touching now.
He goes straight for the tits every time.
And you are a tit.
Yay! Fantastic.
Oh, what's... Hang on. Oh,
What's that?
I don't know. It's a very short person.
It's you, you dug-in bastard.
Settle, Rory.
He's got metal feet. Is it Linford Chris, do you think, Gary? How are we going to find out?
I don't know.
Gary!
You go, Rory.
No, you find out. Sprinter. Oh, I know. Jeffrey Archer. Oh, he's not running anymore, is he?
Jason Gardner.
Nope.
Dwayne Chambers.
Correct.
Hey!
Okay, Steve and Jonathan, if you'd like to take your positions.
Have you done this before, Steve?
No, this is my first time. I'm a bit nervous.
I thought you'd enjoy this. It's the highlight of my week, normally. My advice to you would be, don't rush it, savour it. And don't go straight for the arse or the breast when you're obvious. Warm them up gently. You know, nibble an ear, touch an ankle, cough on them, you know, the things that
They like. Okay, can we have our second mystery guest, please? Okay. Your 90 seconds start now.
Oh, hello. Hey, we've got a lady. Listen, after the show, you know, because I could ruin you for normal men, I'm telling you. Oh, I don't know where to start. This is like the first lady I've had on the show. Hey, hold on. Called a friend. What is that?
It smells of pine.
Is it a shooting school? I like this bit.
Fine.
Feel good?
You see, she likes it.
I promise I won't try and take your temperature with my finger or anything like that. I want to see what when you get on. Oh, no. I know what it is. She's like a pirate. She's like a... That's what she is.
Time's running out.
She's the British champion pirate.
Yeah. No, too late, too late, too late. It is, in fact, Yvette Baker, the world orienteering champion. See you later.
Well done, well done, well done. I told you it's fun, didn't I?
So, Steve, you've been thinking about this all week, haven't you? You thought, I'll tell you what, I'll get on there, I'll have a good old sniff, that'll work it out. It smells of pine.
It could be its catchphrase, I think that's
I'm
what
used
you
to
meant.
ash. I'm used to ash or maple. Pine through me.
Why don't we ever have a pirate on the show anyway?
Okay, at the end of that round, Steve's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 9. We close the show with the name game. The winning team goes first, which at the moment is Gary's team. Paula, could you pass those along to Rory, please?
Thank you, Paula.
As many names as you can in the next 90 seconds, starting now.
Arsenal manager.
Arsene Wenger.
England cricket captain, obviously doesn't like it in South Africa.
NASSER HUSSAIN.
This is a 400 metres runner. Her second name...
Mary.
Very good, before Christmas. This is an Aston Villa ex-addict. Please play for
Paul
Arsenal. Oh,
Merson.
yeah, very good. Now, this is a Romanian 5,000 metre runner who
Gabriela
you've seen a lot of her, mainly her back, yeah. This is an Italian footballer, Christian name Francis in Italian.
Francesco.
And his second name is like women, you know. Grumble, Totti. Oh,
Francesco Totti.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, very good.
This is, the first name is, this is a Bangladesh sprinter. The first name is really nice, you know. Oh, isn't that?
Lovely.
Yeah, and the second name is like the same Yorkshire. E. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's it. This is a water skier whose name is like the bloke, the hero of, what's that film, Nightmare on Elm Street with the...
Freddy Krueger.
Very good. This is... this is, you know...
This is the end.
You know, the first name is, you know, what you call your wife. Not that, Gary. Darling, yeah, and the second name sounds like she's having a good time in bed. She's a bit of a...
She's never had that.
A famous painting, something Lisa, by Mona Lisa. Very good indeed. This is an Israeli manager. It sounds like an abbreviation of slow motion in Hebrew.
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo.
Right.
Disdainful.
90 seconds, sort of. Starting. And now.
One of the greatest footballers in the world, Northern Ireland, likes a bit of a drink.
George Best.
There you go. All right, snooker player. He's
George Best.
Me. No, not you. Obviously not. No. His dad's in prison. His nickname was the
Ronnie
Rocket.
O'Sullivan.
There you go. Okay. We've got this bloke had his autobiography out recently. I read the first chapter. He set himself up beautifully. Missed the second chapter completely. If he was a king, he'd be Old King. Okay. If you had a fire, the second name you would burn in the fire. It's a fossil fuel. Oil. The other one. There you go. All right. Okay. His first name rhymes with. No. Second name. Second name is. He was
Frank McLean.
No. Where did you get Frank from that? Rhymes with. Well, whether you could rhyme with anything. If I could say it rhymes with, I could have been saying T, and it could have been his name was B.
It was your in word.
Shut up. Second name, if he was bow and arrow, he would be one of these people.
Archer.
Okay, his first name...
Jeffrey Archer.
No. His first name would be, in America, it's a slang word for $1.
It's dime.
Buddy, can you spare me? There you go. Okay. Second name, if you got your salt, you need your...
Pepper.
Yeah, and the first name, short for Dorothy.
Dot.
Come on. Yeah, and a little bit more. Give me like a cup of at the end of.
Gin.
All right. This one, second name, if you're in the Scouts, it's like ging gong.
Gully, yes. The cricketer.
I wasn't listening.
Steve's team have 10, but this week's winners is Gary's team with 17. So our thanks to Gary, Rory and Paula, Steve, Jonathan and Arthur. We're all off to burgle David Gower's house. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Jo Brand voices her thoughts on advertising next here on BBC One.